Today, from Lumen Field in Seattle, this is the NFL on EA Sports. We'll see Russell Wilson and the Seattle Seahawks taking on Ben Roethlisberger and the Pittsburgh Steelers.
From the home of the 12s, they raised the banner just a moment ago. We are set for football at Lumen Field here a mile south of downtown Seattle. This crowd, as we've come to expect in recent years, as loud as any in the NFL, and they get even louder when their Seahawks are introduced. We're ready for football as the Seahawks get set to do battle with the Pittsburgh Steelers. Reed going to bring it out of the end zone. Oh, good return up past the 30. For the first time, we get a look at the veteran Russell Wilson as he gets set to lead yet again the Seattle Seahawks offense.
And similar to his nickname, Russell Wilson has a dangerous mix of skills, the ability to throw from the pocket and extend plays and throw on the run. Not to mention an absolute winner. Usually has his team in the playoffs competing for Super Bowl opportunities.
Throwing now, Wilson on first down. Steps away to his left. And that's caught inside the 35.
Lord have mercy.
And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. DK Metcalf, 67 yards. And the Seahawks have taken a first quarter lead. One play in the end zone on the long touchdown pass. You knew they wanted to get him involved. He's their go-to guy. First play, though, wow.
Yeah, and I remember when I was playing, something similar happened. I remember getting to the sideline and my coach said, so what did a scouting report with circling him, putting a star by him, did you not
What'd you
get
miss?
that he was a good player? And that's the question I would have for them now. You know, as you said, he's a go-to guy. How is he not covered? Now, I should say, covered well.
Extra point up and through by Myers. And it's now a 7-0 game. And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. Returning from his end zone is Ray McCloud. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. Steelers here ready to go to work for the first time. And the grizzled vet, Ben Roethlisberger, bringing him out now in his 18th season in the National Football League.
And the tendency for most of these guys is to want to match things right away because they have a lot of confidence in their talent too. They just saw a big strike against their team, and you know they're thinking to themselves, I can get this back right now on one play. Well, if it's there, you take it, but otherwise, just go ahead and calm your team down. Run the offense, get things going, and see how things settle in.
On first down, it's Roethlisberger. That ball caught by the former Toledo Rocket, Deontay Johnson. Give him 9 there on the first down completion. And just a yard to go here on second down. A first carry for Najee Harris. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. He winds up giving a yard back there, and now it's 3rd and 2.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
Trying to pick it up on the ground with Harris. Yeah, he's going to be stopped short of a first down as they'll get to him at about the 33. Only 2 yards, and it'll be a punt on their opening possession. An ideal start defensively. They already have the touchdown. Now they get the stop.
Just like they drew it up on the chalkboard. Does that sound dated? Right? Am I out of touch a little bit?
It's all right.
All right, grease board, heck, computer, exactly what you want, though. Score on your first drive, stop them on the first drive defensively.
Oh, and what a play on special teams here. This is going to be down inside the 5, all the way down at the 2-yard line.
And he's got to be fired up about that effort. I don't think he could have walked down and placed it any better than where he ended up putting the football. That was excellent.
Now Wilson back into his end zone, rolling to his left. Well, the catch is made here by Tyler Lockett. And he takes this just about a yard shy of the 20.
Someone sharp in this game. I mean, a touchdown pass in the first drive. He comes right back, and he's flinging it around really well here.
A really nice throw there to pick up the first down. You kind of just feel a laser focus and confidence about him, and I think we saw that this week, didn't we? Talking to him and the coaches, they felt good about his performance coming up.
Yeah, I was really impressed with that last practice we saw when they went through 2-minute drill, when they went through all the different situations. Ball hardly hit the ground, and I thought, yeah, he might be locked in for this one.
So a much rosier picture now after that last play. Here's 1st and 10 at the 19-yard line. Now it's Wilson on the move to his left. He hits his target, Lockett. And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. And the offense humming on the first drive. Not much has changed here on drive number 2.
No, and I think a lot of times confidence just really kicks in for a team. They may have been confident going into the game, but once you prove it on a drive, it's hard to get out of that mindset, isn't it? And look, let's face it, we can always lock in on the skill position, guys. But those big fellas up front, they're really making this offense go early in the game.
Buying time to his left. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40.
Partner, as a quarterback, sometimes you just got to know when the clock has gone off in your head, it's time to go. Tuck it and get all you can.
Operating out of Steeler territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 41. Here's Wilson. Dancing to his left. He's got the first down here inside the 30. And he's going to get it down to the 14-yard line.
Containing him is becoming a big problem. We've already seen this once earlier on this drive.
Yeah, and so now 2 times this has happened. Do you adjust something?
Yeah, I think you do. I think you got to start thinking about your rush lanes. Try not to either get too wide or too narrow. Make sure someone is there waiting for him to take off.
Being chased out left. And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. Russell Wilson taking it in from 14 yards out. And the Seahawks are off to a 13-0 first quarter lead.
There's not much that's perfect in football, but that's about as close to it as you're going to get. Score, force a punt, score again.
And both drives were impressive. The opening drive was, that last one was. Now on the other side, though, what's your psyche? You're really behind the 8 ball.
You got to make sure you just hold in there. Survive the early storm, relax a little bit, and try and get back to your game plan. It's way too early for panic.
Touchdown. Here's Myers to boot it away. Here's McLeod from his end zone. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They've been outplayed early, no question. Down 14-0 already as they come up 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground with Harris. And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2. And it brings up 2nd down.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground. But I think the play gets made by the defensive front, because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
And he'll be upended here after a pickup of 3, getting it out to the 25. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. On third down, Roethlisberger. And he's unable to haul it in, so it falls incomplete over the middle third of the field, and that brings up 4th. And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. Taken in at the 22. Call that 49 yards on the punt. They do get 7 back on the return. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well. Man, defensively, that hurts. They got him out of his rhythm. They had him hemmed in, but somehow he was able to tuck it away and get away for a gain.
So 1 play, and they're already just shy of midfield. Throwing is Wilson. Forced out to his left. Now he's going to throw deep back over the middle. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Here's Wilson. Steps away to his left. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. Operating out of Steeler territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 38. Here's Wilson to throw. Buying time to his left. And now he'll let this one go deep. Back over the middle. And he's got it. Caught in the end zone for the Seahawk touchdown. Russell Wilson with 2 first-half touchdown passes. And the Seahawks find a way to stretch their lead. Myers connects on the PAT, and that makes the score 21-0. And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Pittsburgh set to take over again on offense. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here, or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half. Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either. They'll throw on first down with Roethlisberger. Looking for Johnson, and it's intercepted. Jordan Brooks with it. And the return here is stopped at the 35-yard line. Boy, we've seen a lot of mistakes here in this first half, and another there on the interception. Yeah, they're certainly starting to pile up, aren't they? Because, let's face it, we expect a miscue here and there, but they're already down 3 scores and still giving the ball away. If they want to get back into this one, they've got to take care of the ball, because right now the way they're playing doesn't say a whole lot for their chances. And they'll get this one down to about the 20-yard line. Not only another first down, that also puts him over 100 yards rushing. That's not something you see very often in the NFL. We see it more in college, but I think with more of the melding of the college game with court. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked up by Minka Fitzpatrick. And the Steelers are going to have it here at their own 9-yard line. A handoff to Harris to begin the drive. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. Looked like he was trying to bounce it outside, but no success.
Yeah, sometimes you got to just figure out where you're going to go, and sometimes you just have to take it to another spot. And trying to get it outside, the defensive pursuit was there and just ran him down.
We remind you that coming up at halftime, Jonathan Coachman will be alongside. He'll have highlights and analysis from Orlando of this first half of action. And he drops it incomplete, and their struggles continue here. An incomplete pass on second down. That muddles things a little bit here. This is 3rd and 10. They hand this off to Harris, and they're going to drop him well shy of the first as he can only make it to the 11. Just a 2-yard pickup, and that should necessitate a call for the punt team here on 4th down. And on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. Let's take it at around the 40. Good blocking there, nearly sprung him. As it is, it'll go as a 19-yard return. And the Seahawks will have great field position to start this drive. They take over on the short side of the field. Tyler Lockett trotting onto the field, getting set for this next drive. He's doing what he's capable of, having a solid game. Thrown across his body, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Minka Fitzpatrick. And the Steelers are going to take over here at their own 22-yard line.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. Throwing again on second down, Roethlisberger. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. On 1st and 10, it's Roethlisberger. And the Seahawk defense gets to him, and they bring him down. And that was Carlos Dunlap who got in to take him down.
3 scores down, not even a halftime yet. They are not getting much generated offensively. They've got to figure it out.
It's tough because this defense just seems to be playing with so much confidence right now.
They really are. They are.
All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Jordan Brooks with it. And they will get the first down here as they move into field goal range as well, inside the 25. After the interception, here's Wilson. Dancing to his left. Letting one go deep for the end zone. And this will be caught by Metcalf for a Seahawk touchdown. Making a hat trick for Russell Wilson. 3 touchdown passes now. And the Seahawks are able to widen their lead here in this first half. Pete Carroll in that familiar hands-on knees pose. His guys will go for 2 here. Wilson going to throw for it. Being chased out left. And, boy, talk about adding insult to injury. He's into the end zone to tack on 2 more. And that was the old QB one-man band play there on the conversion.
And, look, let's face it, even quarterbacks who don't have great mobility, in certain situations, they're able to actually take the ball in themselves. Remember way back when Joe Namath against the Giants at the Yale Bowl, right? Remember Joe had all those knee operations. They thought he couldn't run it. No one accounted for him. He practically walked into the end zone.
The football will come out to the 25 as McLeod will not return it. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive as they take over here with 11 seconds remaining. Looks like he's going to get a couple here on this first down carry, and that'll make it 2nd and 8. So we've come to halftime after a very one-sided beginning to this one. All right, hang on. We'll jump over halftime. The Steelers going to get the football first here, trailing on the scoreboard as we are back underway on EA Sports. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Big Ben and the Steelers with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Harris starts the drive on the ground. And, boy, this defense, again, really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Now Roethlisberger to throw. Pressure comes, and down he goes. Alton Robinson. He's the one that got home and takes him down for a loss of 9.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in 3rd and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
And the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
Raw had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going. Another drive comes and goes, still nothing on the scoreboard.
Yeah, and when the second half comes, you know, it's real easy to get discouraged and wonder if you're ever going to get things started. You just got to fight through it. Got to keep pounding away.
It's taken to the 26. A nice work on the return as he gets about 15 yards back. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go.
It's caught inside the 25. They'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. A big play that time through the air. 38 yards. They'll throw on 1st down with Wilson. Forced out to his left. He's got the 1st down inside the 10. And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. Russell Wilson, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Seahawks are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. The quarterback run has eaten him up all game long, and there he goes again, this time into the end zone.
And what I like about what I'm seeing, absolutely running almost with impunity. He's not worried about his body. He's not worried about sliding. He's not worried about protecting himself. He's worried about getting yardage. If you're on the defensive side of the ball, you've got to start figuring out what these blocking schemes are and finding ways to defeat them.
Touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Out comes the Steeler offense now, ready to see what they can do here. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep him warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
And give him 6 yards here as he stopped near the 35 at the 34. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Off the play fake. Here's Roethlisberger. And Big Ben intercepted a 3rd time. Picked up by DJ Reed. Well, that's 3 picks he's now thrown in this game.
And I know this, the holiday season, because here we are in December, right? It is the season of giving. Maybe for his own sake, after the game, he may have to announce that he's donating certain amounts to charity for each interception that he threw.
Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at the 45. Wilson steps away to his left. Powering his way forward. Still fighting for more.
He's starting to fall into the category of not fair, because when he's on target throwing the ball, he's dangerous. But when you add in his ability to make plays with his feet, almost impossible.
Yeah, exactly. They've had trouble stopping him in the secondary. This time they've got the great coverage. Oh, he can run too.
Looks to me, partner, like he's learned a little bit, because earlier in the game, I think he was trying to force a lot of throws into some windows that just weren't open.
Yeah, the interceptions had plagued him, especially. He'll be hit and taken down at the 21. Cameron Hayward in there to get him. It's a loss of 5. Got to assume this defense will be charging again here. It's 2nd and 15. And he's going to go down again. Cameron Hayward picks up his second sack of the afternoon. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave him with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. Buying time to his left. And that one's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
And the end result of that play, you're almost not sure what you really want, because when he gets outside of the pocket, you actually hold your breath because you think he's going to run for big yardage. But when he chose to pull it down and throw it, and a play was made to knock it away, that's a pretty good end result. Not one you expected when the play began.
The Seahawks go for it but can't convert. And this Steeler defense able to come up with a stop. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last. Pressure comes. He's taken down by the Seahawk defense. Darrell Taylor in there to bury him for a loss of 11. 3 quarters in the books. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Roethlisberger on the draw. It's Harris. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 15. And the Steelers on 3rd down. A pretty woeful 0 for 5 thus far. This will be 3rd and forever. From the shotgun, it's Roethlisberger. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off at the 28. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. That's the story of the game. They've been suffocating all game long on defense. They were suffocating there again in a big way.
And they've done it not just by out-athleting them, which is often the case, but by being able to adjust to anything they tried to throw at them and beating them to the punch each and every time. This was a defense that was well prepared.
The extra point now coming from Myers. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick 6. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. The football will come out to the 25 as McLeod will not return it. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And you can sort of sense their dejection. That last pick 6 put the up. And they get to it with the pressure as Roethlisberger goes down. It looks like a loss of right around 11 there on 1st down to set him back on 2nd. 2nd and 21. A lot of ground to cover.
56. Mike, 56 right there.
Another try after the 1st down sack. Roethlisberger, throw left side, got to be taken in by Harris. And out of bounds across the 15-yard line. Call it a gain of 3 on the play. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long. Here's Roethlisberger to throw. And he's going to be brought down. Back at his own 6-yard line. Darrell Taylor able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
That right now, that's a defeated team out there. I think you can see it totally in their body language.
Hands on hips, heads low. It's just been a struggle from the start.
Yeah, this team has been thoroughly beaten right from the word go.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. This is brought in at the 21. 21 yards. Well done on the return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. And we will get another look at Seattle's offense. With this lead and the football, things obviously looking good, but maybe, you've taught me this before, maybe this is where the defense is hoping that the offense helps them preserve that shutout that they've got going.
And it has to be in the minds of the offense that they know how rare it is to get a shutout. So take care of them, protect them, take care of the ball, move it downfield, run the clock down.
And Wilson's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked up by Minka Fitzpatrick. And the Steelers are going to take over a couple of yards shy of midfield. Yes, folks, that is his third interception, and I'm going to use one of the most overused phrases in football. He's a ball-hawking safety.
I love the way that you called for the shot there. That's perfect, though, because there is something to that. Being a safety often allows you freedom to roam around a defense, maybe not a specific assignment. Today, his assignment, find the football, and he's done so quite well.
Give him 9 there on the first down completion. Looking to throw again on second down. Roethlisberger. Throw left side, caught by the tight end Freiermuth.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Steelers with the football as we get you reset. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score.
Right there, 56. Push him back. Push him back.
Throwing now, Roethlisberger on first down. And he's going to get this inside the 30. Now you've got to hustle your guys to the line and get them set. Again, it's Roethlisberger. And he's going to be taken down. Pressure gets there back at the 39-yard line. After the sack on first down, Roethlisberger. That catch good for only a yard, and it'll be 3rd down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means they have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Now Chris Boswell for the Steelers field goal try. This officially a 55-yard attempt. And he has got it from 55 yards away. That was never in doubt. So they hadn't called on him at all until this point, but he comes through here and buries one from long range.
Yeah, that's awfully impressive because usually kickers like to get that first one out of their system in the first quarter, sort of get them into the flow of the game, but to come in this late and knock it down from long distance, give him a lot of credit.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all 3 timeouts, but they've got his man complete. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly.
Well, there's just about a minute left in this game, and they're still taking it into the end zone. And you know they could have taken a knee there, but they decided to play this one all the way out. And I think their philosophy is, we're going to give you everything we've got. If we just go ahead and take a knee now, we're actually showing you disrespect that way, like taking pity on you. They're not about to do that to their opponent.
And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. The football will come out to the 25 as McLeod will not return it. Pittsburgh offense making their way back out. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in the game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
From the gun on 3rd down, it's Roethlisberger. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
So many times when we talk about coverage, we're just about a defender running with a receiver, but a big part of it is understanding where the football is, finding it. In this case, when it arrived, it wasn't a surprise, and he was able to bat it away.
And no one there to stop it. Hits at the 8, but it carries all the way into the end zone for a touchback. 1st and 10, and kind of tipping their hand at running the ball. 3 tight ends are out there. Wilson wants to throw it. Dancing to his left. And now he'll let this one go deep. Back over the middle. And his guys are going to get the football at their own 47-yard line. So good field position for the Steelers as they come up 1st and 10 on their side of midfield at the 47. Meanwhile, Ben's throw hauled in by Washington. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. To throw again on second down. Roethlisberger. Now they got to get to the line quickly. Now Roethlisberger on first down. Washington's got it. And he's taken down inside the 30. Offensive explosion helped leading them to victory, and the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week, we'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points, allows them to play with a totally different style and a different flow.